We're here with Nicholas DiBitetto, manager of the Building Construction Division at Precision Midwest. Thanks for joining us today, Nicholas.
Thank you for having me.
First up, can you describe why Chicagoland general contractors need to learn more about BIM?
For the most part, I think Chicago in this Midwest area is kind of behind on the technology curve when it comes to construction and when it comes to new advancements on the construction side of things and how to do your job site and creative ways of making things better. I think the construction industry as a whole is really slow on a slow curve compared to other industries when it comes to technology. So it's something that this area, I believe, needs and is starting to embrace, and we're seeing it more and more each month with newer general contractors contacting us, wanting to know about BIM and the different areas of BIM and how can it help improve their overall projects. So it's very important, something that this area is trying to embrace, and I think over time we'll see it'll become an industry norm and standard.
And what's the greatest misconception in the market about BIM for general contractors?
The greatest misconception, I think, is that once your model is free of all collisions in your office software, that BIM will then take you into having this perfect project. A lot of people think that it could be this magical fix for any kind of RFI or work order changes, and that can't be farther from the truth. It does wonders when you're in the office and you're creating your design and you're able to do collision detection and you're able to really check your job site before you actually have a finished project and make sure all of those collisions are taken care of. But when it gets out into the field, you can still have the same type of problems that you have in the traditional method. You're still going to have to get that model to the field. You still have to put the points in the right spot, and that is the biggest hurdle, I think, and the biggest misconception is that once the model is created, you still have to get it out to the field, and a lot of companies just don't know how to necessarily do that, and that's where we come into play, because Precision Midwest is mainly about enhancing the BIM solution. So taking our Trimble technology of our instruments and actually taking your model to the field and actually putting it in at the right spots with all the different trades using the actual model. So that's the biggest, I think, misconception.
And why is Precision Midwest leading this educational charge for GCs in Chicago?
I think we've kind of stumbled onto it, actually. We've been selling our robotic total stations for years to the concrete market. And we've been on a couple job sites over the last couple years where we saw BIM being used, and we realized that we could take an actual BIM drawing file and throw it right into our handheld data collection units that the guys use in the field. And by doing that, we can turn on and off layers, which allows then the mechanical side of the companies to use the gear and lay out all their points. So we saw this as an opportunity to go to general contractors and be able to show them a solution that enables their BIM, that adds on to their whole BIM process, that will make their BIM process from start to finish just a better way of doing things.
And how can a BIM model be used in the field for layouting?
We basically take your DXF or drawing file and we load it directly into our handheld device. From there, we can actually, depending on your trade, depending on what you're wanting to do, turn on the correct layer from your model, and from that layer, you will have a background map. You'll be able to visually see all of your pieces that you need to lay out, and then from there, you can pick individual points, you can pick lines, you can lay out anything you want to from your drawing.
What benefits have you seen on past projects?
Probably the largest benefit we've seen is just that nice smooth transition when it comes to all the trades. If you have all the trades using a robotic total station, they're all using the same exact drawing file that your general contractor gives you. So that drawing file has gone through all of the collision detections. It's gone through all of the BIM meetings and fixing of this and checking of that. So it's set and it's ready to go. We now can put it into the collectors, and we can see how smoothly it'll go from trade to trade for layout. But it also gives you the ability to export out your daily information. So every trade that's using a Trimble LM80 can export out.
And what services does Precision Midwest offer to GCs to make them successful?
We really offer, we like to call it our full circle solution. We offer a scanning capabilities, which is normally being used in the beginning part of a job site to do a very, very quickly and accurate as-built of your current location. So a lot of what we see, especially in the Chicagoland area and urban areas, is a lot of rework, not as much new construction. So you may have a contractor having to redo 6, 7, 8 floors, maybe the whole entire building. They can take our scanner, bring it in, they can set it up, and then quickly, within a couple hours, scan a 25,000, 30,000 square foot room, have all your mechanicals, have every column, everything, the floor flatness. You get all this information very quickly. We teach you then how to model that data. From that, you can bring in an as-built modeled file directly into your Revit, your Tekla, your Vico, any of your modeling softwares that you are using.
Great. Well, thanks again for taking the time to speak with us today, Nicholas. Do you have any closing thoughts?
Yeah, basically, wanted to let everybody know we are having our first annual BIM Expo here in Chicago. It's on March 18th. You can go to our website, precisionmidwest.com, and you can see it's right on the homepage. You can see all the different vendors that will be there. They'll be given little sessions and little session times. There's an agenda on there. But all the major BIM software companies, along with Trimble, and will be set up with booths and doing little sessions as well as demonstrations on the gear.